Ukraine's drone swarm just gutted one of Russia's prize Tu-95 bombers, a strategic giant that's been Moscow's airborne hammer for decades. Russia hit back hard, unleashing a barrage of cruise missiles from the same Tu-95 platform, a Kinzhal hypersonic missile from a MiG-31 Foxhound, and an Oreshnik ballistic missile. This tit-for-tat escalation, over 400 drones and 40 cruise missiles, slamming Kyiv and beyond, shows a war spiraling into chaos, with civilian power grids and metro lines caught in the crossfire. Why is Russia leaning on a 70-year-old bomber to deliver cutting-edge strikes? And what does this reveal about their strategy? In this video we're diving into Russia's massive missile offensive, the Tu-95's enduring role, the Kinzhal and Oreshnik's devastating power, and what Ukraine's bold attacks mean for this brutal conflict. Stick around, this is warfare at its rawest. The Tu-95 Bear, a Cold War relic first flown in 1952, remains Russia's strategic backbone. Powered by 4 Kuznetsov Nk-12 turboprops, it's slow but relentless, with a 9,400-mile range that lets it strike from Russian or Caspian Sea airspace, dodging Ukraine's air defenses. Its key weapon, the Kh-101 cruise missile, a stealthy, terrain-hugging beast with a 3,500-kilometer range and 450-kilogram warhead guided by Russia's GLONASS satellites for pinpoint accuracy. Each Tu-95 carries 8 Kh-101s on external pylons and 6 Kh-55s on an internal rotary launcher, launching salvos that overwhelm defenses. Paired with 136 Iranian Shahed drones, these missiles hit Ukrainian airbases, energy grids, and cities like Kyiv and Lviv, aiming to cripple infrastructure and morale. Russia's latest offensive, launched in mid-2025, was a direct response to Ukraine's audacious strikes. A Ukrainian drone swarm obliterated a third of Russia's Tu-95 fleet, a stunning blow to Moscow's air power. Another attack targeted a heavily guarded Crimea bridge, disrupting Russia's logistics. These weren't random hits. Ukraine's intelligence pinpointed high-value targets, exploiting gaps in Russia's defenses. Moscow retaliated with over 400 drones and 40 cruise missiles, causing blackouts and metro shutdowns in Kyiv. The Tu-95s, staying safely in Russian airspace, launched Kh-101s that snaked through Ukraine's radar nets, hitting 40 targets from power plants to military bases. Why rely on the Tu-95? It's a survivor. Designed to carry nuclear bombs across continents, it's evolved into a missile platform that doesn't need to enter hostile airspace. Its massive range and payload, 14 missiles per plane, make it ideal for saturation attacks. The Kh-101, resembling the American JASSM but with double the range, flies low to evade Patriot systems. The older Kh-55, a nuclear-capable cruise missile, adds flexibility. Russia's strategy flooded Ukraine's defenses with drones and missiles, forcing them to prioritize and exposing weak spots. The Tu-95's ability to loiter and launch from afar keeps it safe while delivering devastating blows. But Russia upped the ante with the Kinzhal missile, fired from a MiG-31 Foxhound. This hypersonic weapon, reaching Mach 10, is a game-changer. Launched from 30,000 feet, it screams toward targets in a zigzag path, dodging radars and defenses. Weighing 4,000 kilograms with a 500-kilogram warhead, it can carry conventional or nuclear payloads, striking up to 2,000 kilometers away. Its speed and maneuverability make it nearly unstoppable. Ukraine's Patriots struggle to intercept it. The MiG-31, a Mach 2.8 interceptor, is the perfect carrier, climbing fast to release the Kinzhal's 3-stage system, a booster, a sustainer, and a warhead with rotating nozzles for precision. Russia's use of Kinzhal signals a shift to high-value, hard-to-stop strikes targeting fortified Ukrainian positions. Then there's the Oreshnik, a ballistic missile also called avant-garde in some contexts, though here it's a distinct beast. Launched from a 12x12 wheeled TEL, or transporter erector launcher, it uses a cold launch system, ejected by gas before its engines ignite, reducing wear and hiding the launch site. Weighing 50 tons, it carries 1.3 tons of payload across 4,000 to 6,000 kilometers, with 6 MIRV warheads, each independently guided by GLONASS, and capable of nuclear or conventional strikes. Its maneuvering re-entry vehicles equipped with rotating nozzles and gas generators dodge defenses at hypersonic speeds. The Oreshnik's range and power let it hit anywhere in Europe, making it a strategic deterrent. Russia likely deployed it against Ukraine's fortified targets where cruise missiles falter. The Oreshnik's cold-launch TEL is a marvel. Hydraulic stabilizers ensure precise alignment, and secure comms link it to Russia's command network. The missile's nose houses sensors and fusing systems, ensuring detonation at the perfect moment. Its navigation tied to GLONASS guides each warhead to a unique target, maximizing destruction. Unlike hot launch systems like the Patriot, the Oreshnik's cold launch minimizes detection, letting Russia strike and vanish. This mobility and firepower make it a nightmare for Ukraine's defenses, which struggle to track its hypersonic warheads. So why escalate with Kinzhal and Oreshnik? Well, Ukraine's attacks exposed Russia's vulnerabilities. Losing Tu-95s, about a third of the fleet, really hurt Moscow's ability to project power. And, the Crimea Bridge strike, that cut a vital supply line. Russia's response aims to reassert dominance, targeting Ukraine's energy and military infrastructure to grind down resistance. The Kinzhal's speed and the Oreshnik's MIRVs basically bypass Patriot systems, hitting where cruise missiles fail. Pairing these with drone swarms overwhelms Ukraine's radar, forcing impossible choices: defend cities or bases. Ukraine's drone strike on the Tu-95 bombers was really a masterstroke. Targeting strategic bombers, not just random assets, showed Kiev's intelligence and precision. The Raid 413 battalion, which is Ukraine's drone elite, probably used kamikaze drones to hit those parked Tu-95s, taking advantage of gaps in Russia's air-based defenses. The Crimea Bridge attack, further strained Moscow's logistics, forcing Russia to divert resources. These strikes aren't just tactical, they're psychological, shattering Russia's narrative of invincibility and boosting Ukrainian morale. Russia's reliance on the Tu-95 reveals both strength and weakness. Its range and payload keep it relevant, but losing about a third of the fleet shows Moscow's stretched thin. The Kinzhal and Oreshnik are kind of like trump cards, but their limited numbers mean Russia just can't spam them. Ukraine's Patriots, while effective against cruise missiles, actually struggle with hypersonics, giving Russia an edge there. Yet, Ukraine's drone swarms and deep strikes keep Moscow on the defensive, forcing risky deployments like the truck-mounted Zaslon radar hit earlier in 2025. The war's evolving fast. Ukraine's ability to destroy high-value targets, bombers, bridges, radars, shows a growing edge in intelligence and strike tech. Russia's missile barrages aim to cripple Ukraine's infrastructure, but the cost is high. Tu-95s are aging, and each loss really stings. Kinzhals and Oreshniks are expensive and pretty scarce. Ukraine's strategy, hitting logistics and sensors, creates cascading problems, blinding Russia's defenses and starving its missile batteries. The Kursk incursion, where Ukraine still holds ground, ties down Russian forces, amplifying the impact of every drone strike. So what's next? Russia's escalation definitely shows desperation to regain control, but Ukraine's resilience keeps Moscow guessing. Can Kyiv sustain its deep strikes? Will Russia's hypersonic edge actually turn the tide? Drop your thoughts in the comments, especially if you're tracking this war's twists. Hit like, subscribe, and check out our videos on Ukraine's drone attacks and Russia's radar losses for more. This fight's far from over.